You've got to have the right kind of communication. That means you're scheduling regular executive leadership team meetings, ideally weekly. You can do this daily if you want to with huddles format, but I really love the weekly format. And a lot of people resist that, and a lot of companies think that they don't want to be corporate. This is not a corporate thing. This is an alignment thing. You want to make sure you have that scheduled and it has a structure that works for you. It's not just kind of willy-nilly and we just show up. Agendas are very important there. There's so many books written around this, but you want to make sure communication is present. Now, go a little bit further with that. You want to make sure people are communicating with each other. So teams are having their regular meetings and they are updating things. They are talking about the key projects. Everyone's aligned because we've communicated effectively.
Welcome to Grow Think Tank. This is the one and only place where you will get insight from the founders and the CEOs of the fastest growing privately held companies. I am the host. My name is Gene Hammett. I help leaders and their teams navigate the defining moments of their growth. Are you ready to grow?
Today I want to talk about how to create a transferable company. You may have not have thought about this transferable company element, but what I would like for you to look at this is how ready is your company to be handed down to someone else? Now, this could be because you've sold all of it. You could have sold part of it. You could be passing it down to the next generation. There's many different reasons. Maybe you're just retiring and your executive team is going to take over and run this thing and you're going to move toward chairman. So there's many different kind of flavors of transferability. So it doesn't matter what you want to do, but what matters is your company ready for it? So how do you create a transferable company? There are 5 core elements that I just want to walk through with you. And this comes from some client work I was doing recently with a construction company. They're over $100 million, and they are rebuilding their foundation of the company. They're rebuilding the systems, and I'm helping them do that. My name is Gene Hammett. I'm a CEO coach. We do executive coaching. We do leadership development, and we really help companies become scalable and companies that run without them. And that's really kind of a hallmark of a transferable company. But what are the elements to get there? We're going to unpack that in this video. If you are curious about some of the work that we could be doing together, you may not want to schedule a call. I get it. But if you're really curious about how to grow and what the next evolution of leadership looks like in your company, I invite you to come to our next training. Just go to training.coreelevation.com. That's training.coreelevation.com. When you go there, you will find a way to sign up. It's absolutely free, and you can schedule the next time we do this. I am so excited to be able to share my thoughts on this because I think it will help you create sort of a checklist, if you will, of are you ready to transfer your company? Now, I will go ahead and say this. You may not be ready this year, certainly not ready now, but it takes a few years to get these things working and optimized. And so you don't want to do it when you need it. You want to do it ahead of time. That's really important. So there are 5 core things we're going to talk about today. The first one is vision. Vision, you probably have a vision for yourself. Is it written down? Is it more than just a statement? Is it something that aligns people together? Is it clear? Is it inspiring? There's so many things that can go into vision, and I'm not going to unpack it for you today. But if you want to know what my company vision is, if you want to see an example, or if you want to get some worksheets, send me an email to gene@genehammett.com, and I will give you those worksheets. Just say that I heard you on the podcast. I'll give it to you for free. I don't have a sign-up page for this, but just know that I would love to give it to you. And just put in the subject line, send me the vision documents. So that's the first element of a transferable company is vision. I'm not going to get into how do you use it, but you got to have one. Number 2, you've got to have the right kind of communication. That means you're scheduling regular executive leadership team meetings, ideally weekly. You can do this daily if you want to with huddles format, but I really love the weekly format. And a lot of people resist that, and a lot of companies think that they don't want to be corporate. This is not a corporate thing. This is an alignment thing. You want to make sure you have that scheduled and has a structure that works for you. It's not just kind of willy-nilly and we just show up. Agendas are very important there. There's so many books written around this, but you want to make sure communication is present. Now, go a little bit further with that. You want to make sure people are communicating with each other. So teams are having their regular meetings and they are updating things. They are talking about the key projects. Everyone's aligned because we've communicated effectively. Now, I will add in there because I've written a book and it's in neon behind me. If you're looking at the video, how to have tough conversations is a form of communication that you want to make sure is happening. It's okay to debate about different decisions and strategies, but be willing to have the tough conversations and then work together to find alignment and keep moving forward. That is a really good sign of a great team, and it's a transferable company. Now, beyond that, you need to have accountability. A lot of people think that they have accountability because they check in on projects and whatnot, but you need real accountability. And this means different things for different types of jobs and whatnot. Some accountability is synchronous, meaning you're doing it in the moment. Did you finish the report? Let's talk about it. Can I see it? What's your plan? All that stuff. There's also asynchronous accountability, which is part of what runs our company because we have a virtual team and we have lots of remote and different time zones and whatnot. And so we do meet, but we also have accountability outside of that. And so you want to make sure you have structures and tools and everything in place for accountability. Because if you're going to transfer the business somewhere else, you want to make sure that everyone is doing what they're supposed to be doing. And that's not micromanagement, in my opinion. All right, so let's go into the fourth one, which is leadership. Leadership of a company can work really well if you are the CEO and you are a really powerful leader. I don't see it as often as you may think. You may think you're a pretty good leader, but single source leadership is a breaking point. It means that if you had gotten sick, or if you have a family challenge that you need to take a break from, or you just want to go on vacation for 2 weeks because it's a great life-changing trip, then your business is going to have to take a step back because it doesn't thrive without you. Leadership at all levels of the company means that if you step out of the system for whatever reason, health or just taking a break, that everything continues to move. You continue to hire people, you continue to sell things, you can continue to put in bids, you can continue to fire people, you look at things get better, the projects keep moving, whatever it means. Leadership. Now, is everyone meant to be a leader? No. But if you don't have leadership at the key spots, like the executive team, your company's broken. I know that that's harsh, but if you don't have leadership at the mid-level, your company's still broken, because that is such an important place. It's really hard to have employees below you and above you without the right kind of leadership. And I think we even have frontline leaders. We have people that are leading the charge of innovation and leading the charge of what's next. And they're on the front lines. And so you want to make sure you have leadership at all levels of the company. Not every person is going to be a leader, but leadership at all levels of the company means it's not all on you. Single source leadership is a breaking point in a business, and it's not very transferable. Now, that being said, that was the fourth one. So we have vision, we have communication, and we have accountability, and now we have leadership. The fifth one is SOPs. Now, this is the very tactical element of this. If you don't have SOPs, your processes are not defined in a way that they're transferable to another employee. So that's one version or view to look at this. If you don't have SOPs for critical elements of your business and something happens to that one person that does the payroll or does the whatever, then your company's at risk. And that's going to be a red flag from an outsider looking to buy your company or buy a stake in your company. Or maybe you're just transferring it to others, or maybe you're just going to move from the owner or CEO to chairman of the board. And if you don't have the SOPs, then it's really hard for things to get better. When it's written down and documented, and when I mean written down, I mean really written down details. What tools do we use? What does good look like? Even using video. And we're doing this with our team. We're updating all of those things right now. And so it's fresh on my mind. And I've even said that this whole month of July is about optimizing our business. And that's a big part of it, is those SOPs. Now, all 5 of these elements are really critical. Are there more things that you can include in a transferable company? Absolutely. And you have to make a decision for yourself what else you want to include in here. But if you don't have vision, you don't have communication the way you want to, you don't have accountability, you don't have leadership, you don't have these SOPs and frameworks, it is going to be a little bit of a challenge for you to transfer when the time comes. The key is to have them in place early, get them refined, put in systems so that they're updated and innovated on, so that as AI is coming in, we are updating how we're getting things done, and we're actually looking at new ways to use the AI tools. That's what we're doing as a company. Hopefully you're doing the same. I remind you, this is all about how to create a transferable company. And if there's anything in here that you have questions about, make sure you send me an email, gene@genehammett.com. If you're curious about the work that we do, all you have to do is go to training.coreelevation.com, sign up for the next workshop on how to stop being the bottleneck of your company, because that's not very transferable. And so it all aligns together today. Again, that URL is training.coreelevation.com. Sign up, schedule yourself for free for the next training we have on how to stop being the bottleneck of your company so it grows without you. My name is Gene Hammett. I love for you to listen in here and share this with a friend if you think it's valuable. But most importantly, when you think of growth and you think of leadership, think of Growth Think Tank. As always, live with courage. We'll see you next time.